in solo leveling, attending a meeting inside a cave. The Frost Monarch announces that the Shadow Monarch is on the surface of the earth, reminding him he said there was no vessel that could contain his full power. Yogamont questions if that was the reason that the Dragon King can't remain on the surface of the earth. However, the Ice Monarch says that he saw it with his own eyes, and that the Shadow Monarch is a bigger threat than the fragment of light. Stating that he'll take care of it, he asks the group if they're willing to help. But another monarch warns him that picking a fight with Jin Woo is suicide, as he is one of the strongest monarchs, and they should wait for the return of the Dragon King. Blue Grandpa says that despite being on the run, they are monarchs, yet all they can do is wait for the Dragon King. Explaining this is the only chance they have in defeating the Shadow Monarch while he's still in his human form. He asks for their help and adds that he will take responsibility and return him to nothingness. However, two monarchs reject him, as Yogamont says he doesn't want to become like the monarch of White Flames. The beastly monarch calls them scaredy cats, but the blonde monarch tells him that he should see what happened to the monarch of the White Flames, saying that he doesn't want to be caught by the Shadow Monarch's authority and suffer eternal slumber. The monarch says that he doesn't think the Shadow Monarch can make them into his own servants, as they're in their original forms. However, the blonde monarch says that it seems the Shadow Monarch is working alongside the administrator, and that he can create a replica of them, adding that he doesn't want to turn into a tool in his world. Wu Jin-chul asks people to think about who will save their life when another S-rank gate appears, as even if they pay hundreds of thousands, they could never save their own life in such situations. When Hunter Jin Woo was fighting against the ants on Jeju Island, the chairman who was watching told him this, and now that his wish had been fulfilled, he could comfortably rest in peace. But he never thought he'd actually die like this. Jin sits atop a building dismissing this method, since he still can't sense his magic. This is when we get a status update on Jin. Status update, status update. Recalling his battle with the Frost Monarch, he reflects on how he didn't have a shadow and his claim that he is in his original form. He also remembers what the Monarch of the Giants told him about how they're all in their original forms, thus they cannot become shadow soldiers, concluding that it doesn't matter since he's a hunter, he'll never miss his prey. Meanwhile, in the conference room, a man announces that it's been a week since the chairman's position was emptied, and they need to find a successor to his position. He then points out that the chairman, being an S-rank hunter of the Hunters Association, had many symbolic meanings, and now that the association, which was overseeing 5 great guilds, has lost such a great figure. Who will be able to control the guilds now? Glasses asks if he's suggesting they hire another S-rank hunter, and even though the higher-ranked hunters are very influential, they need to be extra cautious about hiring outsiders.